within the last decade, we've witnessed the epicenter for the convergence of diverse thought, campus universities. They've been transformed into this place where there's either forceful conformity of thought through the creation of safe spaces, or the shame and banishment of those who diverge from whatever the mainline thinking is at the time. And think about this. Tech heads of yesterday have now become the arbiters of morality and truth today. We've allowed the reality of free speech to regress to a conditionally approvable speech, and it's being ruled over by those who run social media platforms, all in the name of protecting people from falsity. This is the implication of that. Whenever someone deems something as false or harmful, it won't be allowed to be shared. Some of us even ignorantly agree with such a systematic suppression of ideas. Now, as an American, I believe free speech is precious. As a Christian, I value the ability to share the good news without the interruption of the state or simultaneous pressuring to be silent. As a preacher, my life, no matter the outcome, will be forever dedicated to speaking the truth of this world in order that those who are blind will one day see, knowing too what it's like to have been blind. Also, I want to add, that's a character trait that is not exclusive to preachers, but to every single believer. Now, whether or not you agree with the headline of this article and the claims of any other outspoken doctor or scientist regarding the pandemic, what is your stance on free speech? The concluding of speech to be harmful or helpful currently rests in the hands of those who want nothing to do with the Christian message. Now, it's easy for us to look back on the church in times of Jim Crow or slavery. We go back further than that, and we can ridicule them for having been silent. But I'm telling you, the Christian today will soon be able to empathize fully once we've completely ushered in this practice of suppressing all speech that doesn't seem nice or people don't like. Slavery was a social norm. And to speak out against slavery meant to disrupt your entire social paradigm, losing family members, losing friends, losing jobs. It was a noble effort to speak out against it indeed, but only some people saw themselves as part of the nobility. The gospel of Jesus Christ is foolishness, and it's offensive to those who are perishing. We have a generation of Christians today who've acquiesced to this demand to be silent because it's offensive and foolish nature. Don't be silent. Stand firm. And part of that standing firm is fighting for the ability to stand in the first place. Free speech. It's a beautiful thing to have free speech in this country. Obviously, people can be offended by it, but that's the risk of free speech. What's happening on social media platforms, Facebook, IG, Twitter, it's unconstitutional, but that's to be expected in this broken world. You know, I fight for that. I fight for our Constitution. I think it's valuable. I think it's precious, but my life won't be dedicated to that. I'm less worried about that. I expect for things to go wrong. Meanwhile, there are people dying who don't know the truth. For the Christian, you are an inherent enemy of the state, enemy of the world for that matter. This doesn't mean I'm advocating for riots and war, but however, it's important that you recognize your standing within the systems you so desperately want to belong to.
Basically, he preaches God is love and gets arrested for hate speech.
The Christian professes that they have a king that is not of this world. His kingdom and this world are mutually exclusive. There is no dual citizenship. This article regarding the suppression of truth or suppression of thought, suppression of different thinking. This article is a foreshadowing of the imminent, explicit showcasing of the reality of no dual citizenship. Every Christian will have to come to terms with this. Will you be one of the silent ones? Out of fear, stand firm. There is no fear to be had. But let's also stop attacking each other. I've chosen a side. Every professing Christian claims to have chosen a side. Let's live like it.